Heavy metal, Sammy Hagar. This is the guitar solo in here. It is New Year's Eve. We're rocking it in with the red rocker. This is a CVT guitar lesson for Jim. Jim, this is your first one. Welcome. Thanks for your patience, because I've been super busy with the CVTs, man. But it's New Year's Eve, and I felt like doing this, and I'm like, you're next. Let's go. All right, so he does some fast stuff in here, man. Tuning is standard for this. I've got the uploader's name. Little EQ setting on the amp. It's not super overdriven, right? It's not Metallica distortion, so you can back the gain up maybe 6 or 7. I actually went to my clean channel, believe it or not, and upped the gain, and that's about what we need. Okay, so the first riff comes in at 2 minutes and 35 seconds, and it's 10E and 8E. You're going to have them both sitting down. I put your fingering in the tabs. Try to follow those as much as possible, but it's really just a guide. You're going to do a double pull-off. 10, you're going to pick, and then pull off to 8 and open. And then another open on the high E. And I'm feeling an upstroke on that, so you have this. And it's fast. If you have trouble with that, you can turn it into a triplet and just go. But try to get that in there. Do the same thing on the B string. And do that whole thing twice. That gives you. Take that concept, Jim, and move it to 9-7 on the G. This time we don't have to double it up, I don't think. We're going to go 9-7 open, pick, pull, pull. And then an open G at the end of that. Do the same thing on 7th and 5th fret. So far you've got. Then go to the D string and do the same thing, 7, 5 and open, but we're going to do it twice. That's a concept all through there. Okay, then your next thing is triple pull off. These are cool. 7A, pull off to 6, 5, and open. So we have. Then you're going to go 7D, 5G, 7G, bend, vibrato. So we're bending a whole step that's 2 frets, bending a D to an E. That gets bent to that. Use 3 fingers so you can back and support that bend and vibrato. Also watch your picking, down, up, down. Then 5B, watch your picking in your tabs, and then 5BE. 8 5B, 7G, 8E, 7G bend, 5B, 8B, 8B bend, vibrato. I'm going to do that whole riff right before 239 from the 7G bend. There we go. Let's do it again. Getting the speed of these is going to be the toughest part. I haven't heard you play, but if you've been playing a while, that, you know, these are mainly pentatonic riffs, you know, hammer-ons, pull-offs, bends, vibratos, that type of stuff, sliding a little bit. And then next thing is, it's all at A minor pentatonic here. It goes. You're going to go 5E upstroke. This is alternate picked on the first 4 notes. 8 5B. 7G, we're going to bend, release, pull off to 5. So that's why you get the middle finger out of the way. So a little slower. Get a good snap on your pull off. And then I love stuff like this. I call it a shift. 7D, G, and D. And rather than lift it, I'm just going to kind of bar it, flatten it out. and then 5G. There's two riffs in there we've got. And connect them. Then you're gonna go the little Chuck Berry thing, 7G bend, 5th fret B and E. At the same time, do that 3 times. It's this. When you do it, sometimes people will do this and it sounds like this. Let that G drop onto the tip of your index. So when you're barring the 5th fret on the E and B string, bar up a little higher to where you're touching the G. Keeps it clean. So we have, or we can go from here. Seven G bend, 5th fret B and E, 8-5 B. Now that's one of my first lead riffs I ever learned. Every rock blues player has used it, and you're gonna do that 4 times. So it's same concept. When I bend the G, I want it to drop onto the index finger of the 5B. Got my palm resting here to, you know, so it's comfortable, and I'm silencing the upper strings. 7G, pull off to 5. 7-5 DG. That's a good little subgroup to practice. Right? You can move them around. 7-5 D. Now let's play all that. 7, pull 5 on the D to 7A. Now let's try all that. 7G, middle finger, slide to 9. Little Billy Gibbons sounding thing. Once you get to 9, go to the 8B, hit them both, vibrato, and rest. Again. So it's 3 times. 7-9G, 8B, 9-7-9G, vibrato. This is it. So you have then on the G, 7-9-7-5-7-5. Sounds like this. To 7D. So we have 7G, 7D, 5G. Let's do all that. Oops. 7, pull 5D, 7-5 A and D. We did that riff earlier, and that's one thing, Jim, I'd like to remember. Earlier, you know, when I was going, I want you to think in riffs or subgroups, because chances are you're going to come across them again, if not in the same solo, in another solo you do down the road. So, okay, on the A string, 7-6-5-6-7-6-5. And then 3-3-A, bend, 5E vibrato. Here's that. Bottom line, page 2. Alright. 2 minutes 51 seconds in. 3A, you're going to go 3-5-5, slide to 7. You're just traveling through the different pentatonic patterns. There's 5 different pentatonic shapes you can use. Then you go. It goes into this kind of cool concept. Alternate picked. Think in groups of 4s. It goes 5, 6, 7, 7. So we have. Then top of page 3. Same thing on the D. Same thing on the G. Same thing on the B. So you have. That's kind of a chromatic, right? But just with 3 frets. Work on the speed, try to keep it consistent. Then go 8. You can do downstrokes now. 8, 10. So it's on the the high E, 7 8 7 8. 10 8 10 10 bend, hold, release. 15 high E, bend, hold it, pick vibrato 3 times. Slide it up to fret 20. You're gonna bend vibrato. And actually, yeah, and then fret 22, you're gonna bend, hold, and rest, and pick 7 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and release it. So it's 3 minutes 1 second in. 5th fret E and B. We're gonna go. These are like double stops here. 5th fret, and then last 2 strings. 8th fret, pull to 7s, pull to 5s. 7 G, 5 E and B, and then do it from the 8th fret E and B again to the 7 G. So you have then you'll see double dots 3 times. It'll be, oops, you'll go up on 5 EB, down on 8B, pull off to 5, 7 G. Do that 3 times. Here it is a little slower. And then 5 EB, 15B, bend, again, vibrato. So it ends with, and yes, it's a quick jump, Jim, from 5 to 15, but use your dots. That'll get you there quicker. That's what they're for. They're called sight markers. So, you know, you shouldn't have to count 9, 10, 11. Double dots we know is 12. And the first dot past your doubles is fret 15. So, all right, man. Had fun doing this, and have a great, happy, blessed New Year, man.